Notre embrasse et porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Hello, thank you very much, Eliza, for that beautiful performance of Oh Canada. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Together versus Virus. I'm Tiffany,
Hello.
and here is...
And my name is Elias, and I'm here in Montreal.
Perfect. We're very excited to come to you today for a very special cause. Elias is going to explain a little bit more about the COVID and our hackathon.
Absolutely. So, well, first and foremost, thank you so much for everyone who participated, who registered. We're more than 500 people who registered for the Together versus Virus. Il y a plus de 500 personnes qui se sont enregistrées pour le hackathon Ensemble versus le virus. Pour un week-end en confinement, c'est vraiment très, très impressionnant. We all know that the COVID pandemic, and we all have been home for the last month. And many of us have been thinking about the impact, and many of us have been feeling the impact of this pandemic, whether it's around jobs, around people who are less privileged, people who actually still have to work in front of this pandemic, others who are stuck home, or some, unfortunately, who have lost their jobs or who have reduced hours. There are many, many issues that came because of the virus. We've seen the answer of the Canadian government at different levels, whether it's municipal, provincial, federal level, as well as like a huge appetite from populations to answer this call and see what they can actually achieve together. So this issue of COVID brought us to think about what can we do as well. And many internationally, people internationally have come together. And we have some realities here in Canada, and we want to also contribute and tackle this issue. And that's why we came up with this hackathon, and extremely proud and really happy to see. On est vraiment, vraiment heureux de voir que from coast to coast to coast, que ce soit ici au Québec, jusqu'à la Colombie-Britannique, l'Ontario, les provinces du centre, etc. Tout le monde s'est mis ensemble. Just our team is actually coast to coast to coast, and extremely happy to see that. So that's the part about COVID and why we came together. And yes, talking about the hackathon, as Tiffany just said. So it's very simple. Some people here have participated in the hackathon, some others haven't. So just to give you a quick overview, first and foremost, you don't need to be a programmer to participate. Vous n'avez pas besoin d'être un programmeur ou une programmeuse pour participer. Le plus important, ce sont les idées. Le plus important, ce sont l'exploration de ces idées. One of the most important parts are new ideas, exploring original ways to tackle COVID. We have 14 topics. You can find them on togetherversuscovid.ca, ensembleversuscovid.ca. And I hope that you're already on the Slack. If you aren't on the Slack, please comment below so that we get you in. You probably have received an email about how to get into the Slack, because the team formation is happening right now. We'll talk about that in a bit. So what a hackathon is, it's a marathon of innovation, bringing together people all around the world, actually, to tackle some challenges here in Canada. Some are specific to Canada. We can talk about that in the Slack. Some are global and general, and we hope that you're going to tackle them as well. So it's all about making our lives better, tackling the current situation as well as the post-COVID, what's happening afterwards. And it can be in a digital form as well as in an analog form. If you don't want to know what's the difference, comment below as well. And of course, if you have a question, we are here for you. Wherever you are in the world, in French, English, We have people who speak Spanish, German, whatever you feel like trying, Arabic. I'm from Morocco originally. So yeah, feel free to ask us questions. And it's also about like coming together, as the title says, together versus virus. It's really about coming together. And even though we're all home, you better be, because if you're not, that's an issue. But yes, we're all home, but we can come together on those digital platforms to collaborate, learn, grow, and actually have an impact together. And it's also about having fun. And I know that Tiffany has a bit of surprises. So I can't wait to hear all of those surprises because they're coming up over the whole weekend. So it's this marathon, we're very, very excited to have you with us.
Thank you very much. We would like to bring on Charles. He is a member of the team and will give us a little bit more information about the backstory. Welcome, Charles.
Merci, Tiffany. Very happy to be here. Bonjour tout le monde, à tous les francophones du Canada and the Anglophone world. I'm joining as part of the organizing committee right here in Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean, Quebec. I thought I would provide a little background story on how this initiative came about in Canada. Donc, comment est-ce qu'une équipe se forme du Québec jusqu'à la Colombie-Britannique pour livrer une expérience en ligne en moins de 2 semaines. So actually, we built off of some work that was inspired by some colleagues of ours in Europe. This movement was initiated in Germany and in Switzerland by our colleagues from Impact Hub Berlin and Impact Hub Zurich. Donc, moi, je représente ici le chapitre Impact Hub Montréal. So really the idea was how can we work or how can we create a project that will bring citizens, entrepreneurs, the public sector officials, private companies into one big marathon where new ideas, des nouvelles idées émergent et puis we work on our own city and provincial borders. So really we got the team together 2 weeks ago from Quebec to BC, and we have since then onboarded people from Alberta, Saskatchewan, the Maritimes, and it's really great to be part of this amazing initiative. I'm very excited to see so much movement on the Slack channel and looking forward to see what's coming. Now, I'd like to welcome our next guest. As I said, we were inspired by our friends in Germany and Switzerland to work with our government on this initiative. And the next person that will be addressing the public here is joining us from Sherbrooke, I think. Donc, bonjour, Elisabeth.
Je vous entends pas, Charles. Je ne sais pas si... C'est mon tour?
Oui, je vous introduis. Bonjour.
OK, bonjour Charles et bonjour à tous. Good afternoon to all of you. Merci pour cette invitation à me joindre à vous. Je remercie tous les partenaires du projet qui travaillent rapidement depuis seulement les 2 dernières semaines. Et je suis très heureuse d'être ici représentant la ministre Joly, ministre fédérale au développement économique et aux langues officielles. Elle salue d'ailleurs votre engagement et vos efforts que vous déploierez durant les 48 prochaines heures. Over the last few weeks, we've been able to see how Canadians have supported each other in solidarity during these unprecedented times. On our hand, alongside federal colleagues, we've made sure to extend the social safety net through a number of economic measures so that we help Canadians with difficulties brought on this by COVID-19. Our calls to action from businesses, researchers, and all Canadians have been met with speed and enthusiasm. Les Canadiens de tous les milieux se mobilisent depuis des semaines et vous en faites partie. I wanted to be here today to thank you all for your public engagement in helping find solutions during these times. I salute your mobilization this weekend. In these times, innovation is key. These exceptional times call for creative ways to mitigate the impacts of the crisis, and you are playing a part in this. On ne délaisse pas l'innovation lors de temps de crise, on la cultive. Et avec ça, je vous souhaite bonne chance, bon week-end.
Merci beaucoup, Elisabeth. Donc, c'était Elisabeth Brière, secrétaire parlementaire pour la ministre Mélanie Joly. Merci beaucoup de vous être joint à nous. Thank you for joining us on behalf of the Honorable Mélanie Joly.
All right. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Elizabeth, so much for tuning in. Thank you, Charles. We'll be talking to you later.
Ciao.
Hello, everybody. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what our program is going to look like. First of all, you can find all of our information on our website, togetherversusvirus.ca. There should be a link below. You should have access to that. A couple of things is our how-to sessions. So some are videos, some are live workshops, where if you can tune in, totally optional. They start at 1 o'clock. They are on the program on our website, so definitely go and check those out. We have a couple of other activities. We have some live interviews with some of your mentors and other people throughout the weekend, as well as some live yoga and a musician. So we are very excited about that. Kyler will be joining us later tonight. You will be able to tune into that on either Facebook Live or YouTube Live, but come back here at 7 p.m. BC time, and you'll be able to tune into that. All right. Welcome back, Elias.
Hello, hello. So excited with us for this afternoon of hacking.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I think that that's one of the challenges of being at home. So I hope that everybody across Canada and around the world have better Wi-Fi than I do. So I'm going.
We're getting it figured out.
So I'm.
All right. Yep, I will let you take over and explain a little bit about the participants.
Oh my God. Okay. Good. Okay, so wonderful. So as we were saying at the beginning, we were really impressed actually by how many people registered and participated just over a week, for just about a week. So we have about 500 people who registered, about 400 who are currently on Slack. Last time I checked was about half an hour ago. So probably there are more people now on Slack than earlier. And so many of the participants probably, and hopefully you were tuning live. So you're participating maybe as an individual, maybe as a team, maybe as some people who are 2 or 3 and who are looking for team members. And there is room for everyone. So que vous soyez un participant individuel, une participante individuelle aussi évidemment, que vous vouliez rejoindre, que vous ayez déjà rejoint ce marathon de 48 heures, vous êtes évidemment le et la bienvenue. Que vous ayez une équipe et qu'il vous manque des membres de votre équipe, ça aussi, évidemment, vous êtes la bienvenue et on espère que vous êtes déjà sur le Slack à la recherche de coéquipières et de coéquipiers pour compléter votre équipe. And of course, if you're already a team, you know the challenge you want to tackle, and you're ready to all hands on deck and ready to go, then that's perfect as well. So as we said earlier, one very important part is this is, yes, of course. Can you hear me? Oh, is that, well, I can't really get the feedback, but I'm having my team saying that it's breaking up a bit. So let's try to simplify this. And hopefully, sorry for the little break. And thank you very much for my team for giving me the proper feedback. Hopefully this is better now. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, wonderful. So hopefully this is better now. So as I was saying, yes, it's a hackathon, of course. And yes, we're looking, and hopefully you're coming up with innovative solution against this crisis. We're going to talk a bit about it, and whether it's for now or later. being a participant, you can be an individual, you can be already a team, or you can be a team missing some members. You can come with your own idea, or you can want to answer one of the 14 topics that we have and some of the challenges that we're going to share with you. And we are already sharing with you on Slack. So the team formation is currently happening. We're going to have a wonderful guest here with us to explain that a bit further. And you don't need to be a programmer again. C'est vraiment important de souligner que c'est un mouvement citoyen et le but n'est pas forcément de programmer quelque chose en tant que tel, mais de venir avec des solutions, des idées. Et comme on l'a vu tout à l'heure avec l'intervention de la représentante de Madame Joly, effectivement, on a une volonté de pousser ces projets encore plus loin. On va vous en parler un petit peu plus. And as we said earlier, we have the willingness to move those projects. And if you have the willingness as well to move them with us, we will contribute and collaborate together. And we have some surprises to announce later on so that we move those projects forward together after the hackathon. So it doesn't stop over this weekend. One of the most important parts is also to come and network, whether you're potentially even looking for a job or something like that. There are 500 people waiting and who can network, learn, and grow with you during this hackathon. So I'm on Slack right now, checking how many people are actually on it, just to know, because that's an important part as well. And I believe that we're a bit more than 400 people. That's wonderful. Wonderful. So regarding the teams, as we just said, they are all over. They can be all over the world and all over Canada. So we have about 90% of people who are from Canada. We have about 10% of people who are not from Canada but want to contribute in this hackathon as well. And that's really, really, really wonderful. I'll check the other distribution and we'll get back to you later. But I'm very, very excited actually to dive a bit deeper about the distribution of people. On a à peu près 90% des gens qui sont du Canada à travers tout le Canada. Et pour les équipes, on vous invite, et ça c'est un des privilèges, d'être confinés à la maison. On vous invite donc à saisir cette occasion pour collaborer et travailler avec des gens à travers le Canada et même à travers le monde. Formez vos équipes de manière pan-canadienne ou même pourquoi pas mondiale pour résoudre ces enjeux-là liés à la pandémie de Covid. Et ça, je pense qu'on doit le voir quelque part comme une opportunité. Parce qu'on collabore, je voudrais qu'on collabore davantage. We don't collaborate enough throughout Canada or throughout the world. And this is an opportunity to actually seize it, to maybe collaborate with some people from Vancouver, collaborate with some people from Toronto or from Saskatchewan or from Sherbrooke. We have some people from Sherbrooke. On a des gens de Sherbrooke, de Shawinigan, de Quebec. We have people all around Canada and all around the provinces. And that's an amazing opportunity to mingle with them. We'll have Oleg, our colleague, to give us a bit more information on the structure. It's happening right now on Slack. So please join Slack. Hey, here you are.
All right. Can you hear me?
How are you doing, Oleg? Good to see you here.
It's great to see you. How's it going over there? I am just, it's pretty dark here. And calling in from Bern, Switzerland, the capital here. It's coming close to 9:30. And but you guys in Canada look really sharp and ready to rock this hackathon. And that's really a privilege to be a part of here.
No. The privilege is ours. It was, I know we worked hard to get it going. And thank you so much for all your hard work to make it work. From the technical aspect to the human aspects. I know it's late on your side, but we were working literally around the clock thanks to those kind of time differences.
C'est vraiment un plaisir pour moi. Je suis Canadien qui habite en Suisse depuis presque 20 ans. Et les hackathons, c'est un de mes domaines de passion et des domaines professionnels. Et c'est vraiment un plaisir de vous supporter dans toutes les capacités que je peux. So as I just said, I grew up in Calgary, Alberta, and I've been living in Switzerland for a couple of decades now, doing a lot of work in the open data community. I'm here supporting the team with passing the ball after some big events that were mentioned happened in Germany and in Switzerland in the last month. But we've been tracking the situation, as citizens, as concerned citizens, as data activists for a number of months. And this the hackathons have been actually running probably since around February. We started picking up on people not being able to travel as much, and the first hackathons that we ran really were looking at the social response to the epidemic, as well as the actions of the authorities. In the civil society, it's quite important to be able to use transparency of data sources and the access that we have to each other through internet and other networks to do what we can. So we were able to, in Switzerland, for example, to collect really important statistical data using crowdsourcing, aggregating information from websites to create a really a picture of the situation of how the epidemic was developing that was really not available at the time, that was not available through the government, and was later used by all the media in the country as an important reference point. And hackathons are not just about technology innovation itself. It's always goes hand in hand with social innovation, and I think it's really important just to point out how much change being in this lockdown has brought to this country. Switzerland was in the well up there in the top 10 nations affected by the epidemic in March. All the schools were quickly closed, and we were told to stay at home. And all the businesses and the whole environment changed. We had to really quickly adapt to this, and using the tools that we had available, digital networks, video communication, data publication, that was really clearly the thing that was going to make a live or die difference to a lot of our activities. So hackathons became an actually really great tool to connect people together and emerge stronger through this crisis. In Versus Virus, the project that inspired this event, we had over 5,000 people participate, and Switzerland is only a country of 8 million people, so it was clearly we were in that moment, and everybody was jumping in and helping to take part. And what we did was we started matching people into teams, and they started picking a topic they worked on. And I'll just give you a couple of examples of the projects that ended up being published after that. So one project looked at how the dissemination of the virus, the weather conditions, and the government restrictions all interacted, and tried to predict the course of the pandemic through seasonal changes, through changes in temperature. This is pretty much like on the deep end of what you can do with data science and data sources today. And it's definitely something that you kind of, it's quite interesting to see people collaborate across disciplines and across backgrounds, on such projects. But it's definitely not the only exciting solution out there. One of the top projects was called Pandemia Parliament, that wanted to bring the politicians back to work. The parliament was closed. There were no sessions held because of the physical distancing. So they created a secure online space for people to do their parliamentary business. And this is really important, not just for officials in government, which has the resources to set up digital infrastructure, but to many associations and companies that could be inspired by having secure online resources. We had projects that worked with helping collect medical assets. So organizing the issues where hospitals were running out of simple things like masks, and trying to help them just manage the flow of information or the flow of support from communities around the country. And a lot of these projects really made a difference by taking those ideas and concepts and really working through them, using those online discussions, brainstorming tools, collaborative documents to work out all the angles of that solution. So one of the things that I did in the previous hackathons, and it's an important role for me also to play this weekend, is going to be to help everybody with data sources and resources. We've had some really great sponsors step in to make this hackathon possible, but also quite a number of companies and institutions have provided free resources for participants to leverage. And we've created a website under Together Versus Virus /resources. It's also linked right there in the menu, where you can browse through many sources of information as well as get special offers for participants that you can leverage to build prototypes and to use real data in those prototypes. It's really makes quite a lot of difference to just draw a sketch, but then to make that really sketch come alive with open government data, such as that is being provided by Statistics Canada on the public health topic, as well as on many other topics to the open government data portal, as well as the wider open data community, which I just wanted to quickly acknowledge as having a massive, really cool response to the crisis in Canada, helping both to interpret the work that the government has been doing in modeling these scenarios of how the epidemic can be contained, but also creating alternative sources of information and data. So yeah, that's going to be my role, to both be on this part of the support team, and I really look forward to your continued questions. Sorry, now I've stopped talking French, but on va vous essayer de tous traduire en français, rester vraiment bilingue. Et si vous avez des questions sur n'importe quel thème, si vous voulez savoir plus sur les projets en Suisse, je pourrais vous fournir tous les renseignements dont vous avez besoin.
Thank you so much for joining us, Oleg. We love having you. You are amazing.
Thank you, Tiffany. You guys are amazing. It's such a cool thing to be part of this.
Great. Thank you so much. We will chat with you later.
All right. Have fun. Talk to you later.
Hi, everybody. So I am just going to take a minute to thank our amazing sponsors. We would not be able to make this happen without them. They have all come together. They have contributed in one type or fashion, and we are so thankful for each and every one of them. I also wanted to take a second to thank our team that's been working very hard over the last 2 weeks. Everybody dedicated so much time and effort into this to try and make it happen. We have people coming over from Impact Hub in Montreal, as well as the Montreal New Tech. We have some people in the Fraser Valley at TEDx Abbotsford, as well as the Accelerator. There's a full list of the team on our website, so definitely go and check it out and maybe leave a little message and a thank you for everything that everybody has done. As well, feel free to tune into our Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, whatever your preferred fashion is. #TogetherVersusVirus. Share your thoughts, your feelings, any ideas that you might have. We would really love to hear from you, as well as tag us in all of your photos and everything else that you come up with. So let's welcome back Elias. Welcome back.
Hello. Good to see you again. I missed you.
I know, I missed you too.
But speaking of which, about social media, I think just a quick aspect. Like we tend to be really focused during a hackathon like this, like 48 hours, like we focus, we work on our team, etc. But one of the important aspects is about spreading the word, is also to inspire other people to take action. On le dira pas assez. Vraiment bravo à tous les participantes et les participants qui choisissent de prendre un week-end pour contribuer à l'innovation autour de COVID. Like we cannot stress that enough. Thank you so much for all the participants. I know, and of course, thank you to the sponsors, as you said, to the team actually, that most of us have full-time works, and we work on the side and we make it happen. Thanks for Oleg that we just saw, but also a huge thanks to all the participants, because they're taking a weekend off, meeting new people, building new stuff, discovering sometimes new technologies, or exploring how to build and innovate together all around the world, and especially across Canada. And it's important to share it. And I think social media is important to share it, to hopefully also inspire others to take action as well, because it's only by being together, and I love the title, Together Versus Virus. It's only by coming together that we can actually have an impact. So if you, as an individual, also can inspire through social media these kind of actions, imagine the ripple effect and imagine the impact you can have on the lives of Canadians.
Yes, thank you very much. Very well said. We also have our fantastic mentors. So our mentors are available. They will be available via Slack. So again, get yourself logged into Slack. They will be there to help you with any information that you need, or any challenges that you're having, or any technical advice about your project, they'll be there to help you out. Somebody that's a professional in whatever topic that you are needing help in, they will tag in and they'll give you some great information. We will actually have an interview with one of our mentors a little bit later, so tag in for that. We'll be chatting with Amy. Yeah, Elias.
Yeah.
I hear
Yeah.
there's some amazing prizes at the end of this.
There are. I don't know if actually, just before getting into the prizes, Oleg still here? I know like he wasn't, no, he's not here anymore. Okay, cool. So he's probably helping all the teams already on Slack again. So
Exactly.
again, thank you so much for Oleg. But I wanted, like, we didn't really dive into it. I just wanted like to go through quickly the challenges, because we have for the next few hours, participants or people who want to like add some people on their team. So if you're watching this and you're part of the hackathon, you can still like add people on your team. Probably like you're thinking of one of the challenges that are happening. So if you go online on Together versus Virus or on the Slack, if you go on the Slack, you'll see the topics. So you have 14 topics, well, 13 and others. So il y a 14 sujets, donc techniquement 13 et autres. Vous pouvez évidemment vous enregistrer sous autres. Et si vous voyez certains de ces sujets-là qui vous inspirent et qui peuvent inspirer vos amis ou collègues, etc., invitez-les à participer aussi. Vous avez encore quelques heures pour le faire. Si je ne me trompe pas, c'est la deadline est 5 heures, l'heure de last. I don't know where is East here. I don't know where I am on the camera. So East somewhere. And it's 8 p.m. Over here in Quebec. So the subjects are, you can check them online, but like it's protection of risk groups, dissemination of prevention, trustable data versus fake news. As Ola was saying, this is like huge issues around information, etc. Economical impact, obviously, like how do we get people back to work, or how can we better get them to work? That brings us also to like home office and teamwork. How do you work remotely? And speaking of which, we have our awesome VanHack partners who are going to help you actually during the hackathon on this subject as well. Isolation and mental health. Isolation and mental health. I'm sure like after a month, you know a bit more what isolation is. And if you're home and you're watching this on your phone or even your computer or TV, you're one of the few privileged actually who are isolated but are still connected. Some other people don't have this privilege. Think about it. Family and kids, education, and what about after the crisis? So le post-crise aussi, le support et la solidarité, l'art et la culture, leur place et comment le soutenir quand on pense à certains secteurs qui sont plus touchés que d'autres. Il y a des enjeux réels autour de la culture. You know, all the culture that you're consuming and binge watching and like checking online. Some people create that, and art, culture, tourism, those are fields that are really being challenged today, as well as this confinement. How does it impact it from, I would say, an economical perspective, but also from a creativity perspective? As we're trying our first online hackathon, it also made us try to think differently. How do you build a team? How do you contribute in that aspect? So we're living that now, and we want you to think about it as well, because this pandemic bring those subjects. So there are 13 subjects. We invite you to check them out. You can answer them and please apply. There are some challenges as well that we're sharing here right now on Slack, specifically related to those topics. You can answer them and apply to answer them before 5 p.m. PST or 8 p.m. EST. And yeah, and Tiffany was talking, sorry, I'm like checking my laptop under it, so it's not very nice. I have my colleague being like, look at the camera. You know. So, now the question is, the real question is who's going to win? Because whether you want it or not, it's still a competition. So, j'aimerais bien dire que tout le monde est un gagnant, and I know everybody is a winner because you're participating, but which is technically true, because you are definitely going to win through learning, networking. As we just said, there are 500 people on the Slack. And I think we're getting to more. Last time I checked, we have more registration coming up. By the way, like I think my colleagues will hate me because we were supposed to close the registration today. But you know, like some people ask to bring people on the team, and it becomes a bit complicated. And it's also your fault because many of you register last minute, and then they ask for exceptions. So we have to figure that out. So that's as well one of the challenge. When we did like just physical hackathon, just people walk in. So you walk in, you get in, you register, and we figure it out. Online, it's a bit more complicated. So again, there are winners. There will be winners. They will be announced. We have a bunch of prizes. We're distributing them. And truth being said, we're still like thinking whether like the prizes will be given by topic or by challenge, or how are we going to frame all that. So we have a big bag of prize that we're going to share with you throughout the evening, and we're going to make some announcements. So stay tuned. If you're already on the Slack, you can ask us questions, and I know you're going to ask us questions throughout the day, but just keep in mind, there will be winners. And in my heart, and in Tiffany's heart, where are you, Tiffany?
I'm back.
Here you are. Oh, shit, this way. Hey, Tiffany, how are you doing? High five. So yeah, in our heart, I think they're all winners, right? If you think about it.
Oh, I highly agree. Everybody that has joined in here definitely is a winner on our side, or in our eyes.
In our eyes, but also here, actually, because imagine like spending 2 days working your ass off. Working your off. You have to be PG-13 thingy.
Working very hard.
Yeah, sorry, I'm French speaker originally, so je sais. Mais si vous passez tout le week-end à travailler fort, rencontrer de nouvelles personnes, explorer des innovations, etc., vous êtes déjà un gagnant ou une gagnante, les femmes d'abord, une gagnante et un gagnant, dans notre cas, mais aussi en vrai, parce que vous allez réseauter, connecter, apprendre des choses à travers et avec plein de personnes qui habitent à travers le Canada et à travers les provinces. Et pour nous, ça, c'est merveilleux. Et comme l'a dit Tiffany tout à l'heure, rien que l'équipe organisatrice est extrêmement satisfaite et extrêmement diversifiée à travers le Canada. Et effectivement, pour nous tous, vous êtes des gagnantes et des gagnants. Mais il va y avoir des prix, on va les annoncer dans pas longtemps, on garde la surprise. Donc, stay tuned.
Yes. So yeah, everybody stay tuned. We have a lot more coming. We have our how-tos that start at 1 o'clock, so stay tuned for that. That one will be the tech intro and getting started, so you definitely do not want to miss out. Tune in on your on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, whichever you prefer. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. This has been absolutely amazing. I'm so excited that this is something that we can all come together and do, and we are really looking forward to some of these really cool outcomes and seeing what problems you guys can solve.
Absolutely, and definitely looking forward to see how relevant they are, those answers, those projects are going to be for the Canadian ecosystem specifically. How are the solutions addressing those challenges? What is the potential impact on the long term? And of course, we're looking to see all the progresses that are happening in the next 48 hours. I know it seems like very long, but it's actually very short.
It's super short.
I know.
So
but to make it even more exciting, I heard that there are some activities because, you know, staying at home, you have to move a bit. You cannot just like stay put in front of your laptop. So I think there are some activities that you're reserving for us to make us move a bit throughout the day, evenings, from the morning to the evening, right?
Yep. So at 7 p.m. tonight, tune back into, again, Facebook Live or YouTube Live, whichever is your preferred. And we have Kyler Pierce here, who's going to do an amazing concert for us at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So you can adjust that to wherever you are. I believe that's 10 o'clock over in Quebec. Or that way. So tune in then, and then also tomorrow morning, tune in for 7 a.m. BC time. We have some yoga for you. So it's a good way to get up, stretch out your body, get some energy flowing for those genius ideas that we know you have.
Wonderful. So very excited to meet all of you on Slack. Let's meet on Slack in a few minutes. If you have any questions, we're really here for you. So don't hesitate at all. If you want to get people to join on your team and they're still not on the Slack, please share it with the hashtag Together versus Virus so that we can check that as well and support you even outside Slack. So
thank you, everybody. Thank you and we will see you throughout the weekend. We are super excited, and everybody enjoy.
Bonne chance à toutes et à tous.